Thanks, Tim. Look, before we begin this event to talk about some new cars here in Staten Island, I do want to take a moment to acknowledge that we lost a young New Yorker this morning in Queens, a young woman, 18 years old, who, by all accounts, investigators tell us had some kind of a medical episode and fell on the tracks and was struck and killed by a train today. So, I just wanted to start by saying, our hearts and our prayers from the New York City Transit family go out to her family. By all accounts, this was just a tragic accident that sadly occurred today. No criminality at all is suspected. We do a video which we have shared with the NYPD. But anytime we lose a young New Yorker, 18 years old, it's a moment that I think we all take to cherish our families and our own lives and what we're able to contribute. But we are just, heartbroken that young woman lost her life today. So I just wanted to take a moment to acknowledge that before we talk about what we're here to talk about today. With that, Rich Davey, president of New York City Transit, surrounded behind me and in front of me behind the cameras of lots of New York City Transit employees who make our system work every day, but we're here to talk about Staten Island today. You all know I'm a bit from out of town. I've been here now for 18 months, and I've heard from time to time that Staten Island feels like it's the forgotten borough. Well, I'm here to tell you today it is the remembered borough. We're standing in front of Clifton Shops, which we opened about a year ago, which is our newest and frankly, I think, most innovative and impressive car shop we have in our system. And today we're here to announce that those trains over there, we are retiring. 50 years old. They received their AARP cards in my office last week. We decided to get rid of those and to say that the new R211s, which we've been testing in our system on those other boroughs, will be coming soon here to Staten Island. And so, 50-year-old cars to something which is extraordinarily new. I think these were put in place during the Nixon administration, if you can believe that. And today we're excited to be saying, coming soon, 75 new cars for our customers on Staten Island. We have been focused on faster, cleaner, and safer at New York City Transit. That's what our customers are telling us. If you provide us faster service, cleaner service, and safer service, we will come back to you. We will use you more often. We will find ways onto your trains, onto your buses, on your paratransit vehicles. And that's what we're doing today in Staten Island. So couldn't be more happy to be here to do that. I want to recognize a few folks and then call a new fast friend I just made to say a few words. But we wouldn't be here, or certainly without a number of folks, elected officials and others. I was in a conference in Florida last week at APTA, which is the American Public Transportation Association, and my colleagues in other major cities have their heads low. They are talking about fiscal cliffs and budget cuts and service cuts in cities like Chicago and Los Angeles and Washington, D.C. and Atlanta, which are also transit-dependent places. But because of the leadership that we have of elected officials to not only invest in capital programs like this Clifton shop and like that car behind us, or that set of cars behind us, but also being able to add service and maintain service, is because we've got an extraordinary group of folks representing us in Albany and Washington, and we are grateful for that in New York City Transit. So a few folks I want to recognize: Sherry Diamond, who's representing Congresswoman Nicole Militakis. Where is she? There she is, right over there. Michael Pardo, or as we would say in Massachusetts, Pardo, representing Councilor Carr. Thank you for being here. You didn't like my accent? No? Okay, he's smiling now. Ian Yanda, representing, was Assembly Member, where is, yeah, right there, excellent, good to meet you. Sue Coe, who has been our Chief Mechanical Officer and putting these cars out all over the place. We appreciate everything that you're doing, retiring these oldies but goodies and bringing the R211s, so we appreciate her work. Kevin Coughlin is here as well, who's our Acting VP for Staten Island Rail. Doing a great job, so thank you, sir. Appreciate you. Nina Salerno, who's representing State Senator Jessica Scarcella Spanton, is here, and Assembly Member Michael Riley, just as well. So appreciate you being here as well. Thank you, Assembly Member. So a couple folks I do want to call up and just say a few words. First is the Assembly Member Sam Perizzola, who we just had an opportunity to meet. I think he has been as I have been told, a staunch advocate for Staten Islanders. And I don't think we would be here without his push to make sure that Staten Island was getting its piece of the pie when it comes to public transit and transit services. So we appreciate his advocacy and look forward to hearing a few words from him. But Assemblyman, if you would mind, please, thank you. Thanks. Absolutely. Appreciate him. Absolutely. You can clap for him. It's fine.
Yeah, that's true. Good morning, everybody. How are you? So I am excited to be here for this, but first let me say thank you to all the MTA workers that are here for everything that you do, because it's really because of what you do that we are standing here today. I'm also excited because I'm standing inside the new Clifton building, the facility, which I have never been here before. I don't have time to tour it today, but I'm going to accept your offer, Rich, to do a tour in the future. But the real reason I'm excited is finally we're getting rid of the R44s for the R211. And if you do the math, is that 167 series of trains Staten Island has missed out on? I mean, finally we have a new train. So I'm very, very happy because this does show that the city is committed to benefiting Staten Island with public transit. And listen, I'm a guy. I can't wait to get on these. This is the biggest train set I've ever had the opportunity to play with. So I'm excited to check it out. I thank you. I thank you for the invitation to be here. I'm glad the old cars are retiring. I'm glad we have the new cars. I can't wait to get on board and to see what it's about. So thank you so much. I really appreciate the opportunity to be here and speak before you.
Thanks. Thank you. Appreciate that. And we will bring you back. The shop is impressive. The workers are even more impressive. So thank you for that. Assemblymember Mike Riley, would you mind saying a few words? This is unplanned for you, but yes, I bet you can be impromptu. Please, please.
Good morning, everyone. And I'd like to echo what Sam said. Thank you for all the work that you do. You make Staten Island move, and that's truly a great thing. One thing that he said, I can't wait to see him put on his conductor hat, that he thinks he's got a new train set to play with. But I will say, I got a little nervous there. Because as Rich, as you were saying, how we were retiring this 50-year-old train, I just turned 50 in January, and all I keep thinking about is my kids are going to say, we got to retire you, Dad, and that's it. You're done. But in all seriousness, this is a great day. I think it really shows that we have an investment in Staten Island, and we're going to continue that effort. So thank you so much for all that you do.
Thank you, Assemblymember. I, too, turned 50 this year, so we can go off into retirement together, perhaps, as long as they don't sink the car if they put us on it. I am, having been here now about 18 months, I've said often I am blessed to have an amazing team at New York City Transit, and that certainly includes the man who just walked in behind me, Demetrius Critchlow, who's the Senior Vice President of Subways, also a proud alum of Staten Island Railway. He has been moving New Yorkers in record fashion, not only bringing record numbers of folks back to COVID. I might expect we might break a ridership record today. I'm hearing from friends out there, they're saying the trains are as crowded as they've ever seen them. But more importantly, running the best subway service we've had in 10 years. So a testament to everyone here in this room, but the leadership of the Senior VP, Demetrius Critchlow. Demetrius, will you say a few words?
That Rich sure knows how to butter you up, I tell you. Thank you, Rich. I'm glad to be here amongst the team, amazing team, the elected officials. This is like really a special day, a special event. I'm Demetrius Critchlow, the Senior Vice President of Subways, and today has been a long time coming. We waited a long time for this. We talked about it earlier, 50 years since Staten Island has seen a new fleet. 50 years. That just tells you that the performance of Staten Island Railway has been amazing with them maintaining an old fleet. So you imagine the amount of work that the team is doing just to be able to keep this fleet going. But with new stuff coming, it shows that we are absolutely committed to doing things faster, safer, cleaner, providing more reliable service for our customers, and that includes New York and the Staten Island, no question. When I was here as the Vice President of Staten Island Railway, I got to see firsthand the amount of work that goes into making this system tick, the things that need to happen in order to make it run. Small group of amazing people that give 1,000% every day. These 5 cars are the first of 75, which will provide our daily service and shows our commitment to accessibility. So be it that these cars themselves are more comfortable, the doors are wider by 8 inches, it'll make it easier for customers to be able to get on and off. Those who have mobility challenges will have easily accessible cars to be able to get to. The cars themselves feature brighter yellow flip-up seats for more priority seating for our customers. The areas themselves are able to be traversed a lot easier because of the distance in between the poles, the LED lighting within the cars, the ability for new technology to show the next stations that are coming up. I mean, just amazing, amazing cars. We've had an amazing success on the New York City Transit side with these cars, and we believe Staten Island is going to love them. So again, very happy to be here. Happy for the future of Staten Island Railway. Happy to be able to see this amazing team provide great service with new cars that they've just been looking forward to for the last 50 years. The oldest fleet that we have in New York City Transit being retired. This is a big day for us, so thank you all.
Thanks, Dee. And last but not least, I mentioned it before about having elected leaders who care about public transportation, are giving us the resources to be able to execute on that. So I'd like to ask Charles Fall, Assemblymember Charles Fall, to say a few words, if you would, please. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. Good morning, everybody. Look, I'm excited to be here. One, this is a good example of the MTA delivering for Staten Island. The staff works incredibly hard, so I want to just thank everybody from the MTA's end that always puts Staten Island first, and doing everything they can to make sure that our system is moving. And what you have behind me today is showing that, ensuring that the customer experience continues to improve as the years go by. And not only with the features that you see here on this train, but my understanding is that we also have security cameras on these trains, which make a difference in trying to help address some of the public safety concerns. So thank you again to the entire MTA leadership, to all those that do all they can to make sure Staten Island is not forgotten. It makes a big difference. I appreciate it, and we're going to continue to fight to deliver on more other projects that could improve the lives of Staten Islanders. Thank you very much.
So with that, Tim, I think we'll take questions if there are any.
Yeah, let's start
Great.
with the legendary Staten Island reporter, Eric Bascombe, right there from the Advance.
Wow.
Hi, everybody.
Eric.
Are you signing autographs later? The legendary. That's
I can
amazing.
stick around for a little bit, but then I
Okay.
got to go write this.
Fair enough, yeah.
So I spoke to the MTA earlier this year, and I was told that these would be put into a passenger test service by the end of 2023. So I was wondering if there's an approximate timeline so our riders can know when they might start seeing these.
Yeah, so I'll maybe let Demetrius give a specific timeline, but as we said, we've been testing the cars over in Manhattan and over at Coney Island. We've had some great success, a couple of tweaks here and there we're working with Kawasaki on, but once we get them in service, we think our Staten Island customers are going to love them. But Demetrius, you want to talk about that?
So these amazing cars will start coming into the service. You'll start seeing them right around the March period, operating to do the 30-day test. The 30-day test will be the time period where we get to see whether or not the cars have any issues, whether or not the tracks themselves and the cars are doing well together. And then we start to get more cars from that point forward.
Right, yeah, and that was going to be my next question. I know that there's been a number of delays regarding the delivery of these cars, so I was wondering if there was an updated timeline in terms of when the remainder would be delivered and then maybe placed in service here on Staten Island.
Yeah, I mean, so someone can pinch me or punch me if I get it wrong, but I think the entire delivery is through the end of 2025.
Okay.
Was I punched? No. Across the 5 boroughs. Kawasaki, sure, has been delayed. It's been largely due to COVID. They had some labor shortages and challenges in Nebraska. If you can imagine, Nebraska has, I think, the lowest unemployment rate of any state in America. So they've had some challenges on labor, and then certainly parts as well, right, with the supply chain issues that have occurred. That said, I've been in this business about 20 years, and I will tell you unequivocally that Kawasaki makes a really damn good car. And so, we're holding them to a high standard, but their factory is now sort of churning these out. I think, we have 6 or 7 that have been out on the other side of the harbor, and we've been generally satisfied. So, certainly we would like to get them out by the end of the year, as Dimitri said, March. So, about 8 weeks difference. But as I said, I think Staten Islanders are going to love these cars once we get them out. And, the goal would be to not hopefully have them for 50 years, maybe more like 30, 35 years, right? But certainly we want a good product to last a few decades.
All right, from Eric to Evan, everybody's an E today. Evan Simko-Bednarski of the New York Daily News. Evan.
Hey, guys. So quick question sort of following up on that. I know
Sure.
that the 30-day period for the R211s on the A line in Manhattan, by my count, turned into roughly about a 90-day period.
Yes.
So I'm wondering
Yeah.
if you can talk a little bit about what issues you discovered in that period, whether
Yeah.
you anticipate, have they been fixed? Is there any anticipation of things you're looking out for in this 30-day period?
Yeah.
Just give folks a sense of
Yeah.
what goes on there.
So 30-day is sort of the ideal testing period. Ideal meaning absolutely nothing goes wrong. Again, I've been in this business a long time. I've never seen absolutely nothing go wrong. And if you think nothing's going wrong, you're probably not looking hard enough. So in that 90-day period, when we had the R211s out first, we had some software challenges which were upgraded. Couple of leaks, I think, is something we're working through right now, but nothing major, no safety issues, and nothing that would have impacted, customer comfort, for example. However, we're in this period with Kawasaki that it's critically important we bring every issue to them because it's a warranty period, which means the taxpayers don't have to pay for any of the issues we're finding, right? If we delayed that and weren't rigorous with our testing today, if something happened years from now, that warranty period may have ceased, and then it's going to be on our dime. So making sure that we are rigorous in our testing of it is critically important. So I would be shocked if we didn't find some minor issue in the testing over the next 30 days. But as I said, Kawasaki does make an excellent product. So the issues we found were relatively minor in our testing this spring and summer.
Thank you.
All right, anybody else here? Very good. For the folks here, we're going to let you on the train. You can walk, talk, take your pictures. For people who are watching the live stream, we're going to feed you B-roll of the old trains, the new trains, and then when we send out the press release, we're also going to have photos of these new trains when they came to Staten Island in the middle of the night across the Verrazano Bridge.
It's like the Washington's Crossing in New Jersey or something?
It was not the Delaware, but you're on the
close
right
enough.
track.
Exactly.
All right, thanks everybody. Thank you
you
very
all.
much.
Appreciate you being here. Thank you. Yeah, we'll get you for sure. I don't have the car. We'll reach out. Do you want to get on the car real quick?
I can get them to stop now if you want. Yeah, I'll have them stop that before we. I got it. get them to stop now for one.
It's okay.
Yeah, I'll have them stop that before you. I got it. Yeah, you got one here. Well, just back that one.